Okay, thank you. Okay, as always, the 10 minutes delay, not bad. I would say that we can start the night because tonight is actually a special night. It's the 40th event, and it's
This sounded way more epic.
It was a meme.
Heads, but
there was a meme. Okay, it's titled "The Algorithm of the Night," so we played a bit with this song, from the 80s. And we've got two speakers tonight, and the first one is PAOLO SPAZZINI here.
Welcome, Paolo.
The second one.
Actually, the second two.
Well,
so it's Nicola and Davide from RVVV, which I have actually no idea what the meaning of, but maybe you will let us know about it. And they will perform weird and special stuff, but you will see it later.
Cool. So, big applause for them as well. So, we can you raise your hands if the first time you come at Speck&Tech? Can you just raise it? Whoa. Interesting. So there's a bunch of people every time. It's impressive. We're hosting this stuff since 2016, and every time there's like I don't know, 10-20% of people that are newcomers.
So we have a heavy churn rate.
Yeah.
We need to address this with our marketing team.
Yeah. Thank you. Last time we had a very long introduction describing what is Speck&Tech. This time we will be very brief. We started in 2016 as a gathering, as a meetup, monthly, recurring. We discuss about tech, technology, innovation, design, whatever, any topic related. We are also an association. We founded the association as a cultural association in 2017. We also organized also some kind of interesting events, some retreats, some gatherings in the mountain with a lot of fun, music as well, parties, talks, outdoor sports environment, and we also organized some events, for example, with Muse and a bunch of players here in Trentino. If you're interested in podcasting as well, in 2020, because everyone knows what happened, we released also a podcast that lasted more or less half year during 2020 and 2021. And this is it. This is the community. We try to meet more or less once per month. How can you support?
With money, thank you. And so basically what we do with Speck&Tech, we try to take cool guests here in Trento and take the guests here and buy beers. Is expensive, so I'm not trying here to someone lunch me a Kleenex for my tears. But yeah, if you want to support the initiative, it's super glad. You can donate back there where Michele is, which is the Michele, can you? Thank you. Which is the tall with a very long. Wow, Michele is wow, with the two arms back there, and or you can also find merchandising. We have cool T-shirts or stickers, which are actually free, but if you want to donate, thank you, it's very nice. You can also donate both via cash or Satispay, which if you don't live under a rock, you know what it is, but if you're here, probably you already know what it is. And well, if you want to see what was the other events that we had in the past, you can go to our website, www.speck&tech, where you can find all the events and stuff, thank you. And also job offers if you're looking for a job, because this is the tech, so everyone is hiring all the time. And
also, if you're interested into sponsoring or covering one of our events, or also even a talk, there's also a form there.
Yeah.
So you can go there and
I thought there was another slide, but I need to change my glasses, so I can't read on the screen.
Yes, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. We are not on TikTok yet. But,
don't follow us on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Still, this is it. We're going to have the first talk by PAOLO SPAZZINI, second talk by these two guys. At the end of the night, This will fade out in a sort of chilled environment where we're gonna sip beers and listening to music and make music, produce music. One important remark, if you have your mascherina, please keep it up all the time. Also, when we will be having the networking part and you will be sipping a beer, you take off the mask, you drink the beer, you put on the mask. It's important, let's not spread the virus. So I would say PAOLO SPAZZINI, first speaker of the night. A big applause for him. Every question.
Thank you.
If you've got questions, slide.to/st40, st40. This is the code, we're gonna send it, it's also on the Telegram chat. We're gonna start the night with PAOLO SPAZZINI.
Thank you. Can you hear me well, everybody? Okay. How's everybody doing tonight? Cool? Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you, Giulio, and thank you to the Speck&Tech group for inviting me here. I'm PAOLO SPAZZINI. I'm the head of design of Musixmatch, and this will be what we are going to talk about tonight together, starting from who I am. I'm going to introduce myself, then we will go through what Musixmatch is, how the team is working, especially the design team, and how we design a new experience around music last year. So let's start. I'm going to start by introducing myself. As I said, I'm PAOLO SPAZZINI. I'm the head of design of Musixmatch, and I spent 8 years now crafting human experience. I studied actually here in Trento, more precisely in Rovereto, at the cognitive science department, and I fell in love with the idea of having an impact and shaping people's behaviors through design. So once I graduated from the university, I started working in different small startups in different industries, actually. Then I got an experience of 2 years inside a creative agency, and then I transitioned inside a product company and a product startup. And from there, I always, worked inside product-related environment. And I landed in Musixmatch in 2018, actually, is more than 3 years now, and I joined as a product designer, and then I became a senior one, and eventually I got the chance to lead the team of 4 people in Musixmatch. And as I said, I'm currently leading the design team at Musixmatch, and it's a team of 4 people right now. We have a pretty diverse team because we have 2 product designers, 1 UX engineer, and 1 visual designer. When I said diverse, I mean that we have different people from different countries, different cultures that speak more than 2 or 3 languages. So it's a cool melting pot, and it's really fun to try to confront between each other in our different point of views. So we have Nish, our designer, that she's responsible for the experience around music and community. We have Daria, that she's responsible to the tools experience. Zillo, our UX engineer, that has built our design system, which is called Ritmo. And then we have Valerio, our latest entry, which is a visual designer that joined Musixmatch in this June, and he's working mainly on our brand and communication vertical. So. But this is, I showed the previous slide in a presentation I did a while ago, and my team came back with this one, so maybe, hopefully I can post it on LinkedIn so I can go viral like Giulio, and try to, have some reach and attract some talented designers. But let's talk a little bit about Musixmatch. I'm not sure about how many of you are familiar on what Musixmatch is or what Musixmatch does. Please raise your hand if you already know Musixmatch. Okay, so cool, pretty much everyone. So basically Musixmatch is, we consider ourselves a music data company, basically. And we had a long road because in Musixmatch has been founded in 2010 in Bologna, actually, as as a small company that had the main need of showing to people the lyrics, the music lyrics, right? So it was just a big catalog and a big database of music lyrics that, you know, will live inside the main app. But along the way, during those years, we really became a full data company, and inside the music and inside the tech space. So we are really collecting every data behind music, and you know, there's a lot of data behind music. There's not just lyrics. There's a bunch of other data that we can collect in order to improve the music experience for everyone. And you know, what's the coolest thing to work for Musixmatch? Basically, is really the people, because we're really now we are more than 100 persons, 100 people inside Musixmatch, and each one of them is really talented, is really passionate about music, and we're really, you know, striving together in order to get to our mission. And which is the mission? What is the mission? The Musixmatch mission, you know? Our mission is to enhance the global music experience through data, as I said. And not only, you know, when we say the global experience, we say really the global, worldwide. So we are enhancing the music experience through our products, through the Musixmatch app, and through the products of our partners, because we recently partnered with Spotify also in order to get you know, the music lyrics available for everyone in every country in the world. So it was really a big deal for us. And in fact, this Too Long Didn't Read is like we're the one empowering all the big dogs in the game, because Spotify has been, you know, launched recently, but we really have partnership with Instagram. So the lyrics stickers that you see inside your music stories are provided by Musixmatch. We also work with Apple, with Google. We recently also last year launched Tidal, Amazon Music, and which is of course part of Apple. And when I mention data, which are these data, you know, we talked a lot about lyrics, and we you know, grew an entire community around lyrics. But when we, you know, went along to our road to enrich all this experience, we figured out that there may be different kind of data that we can use to enrich the experience, such as trying to recognize which instrument are playing during a song, the song structure, basically which is the first verse, which is the intro, which is the chorus, and so on, the translation, the credits, the moods, and the time synchronization, which is the data that allow us to follow the lyrics in sync with music, which is the you know, the main feature that we are promoting since now. And what does it mean? This it means that basically music is not just music. Music is really an ecosystem that has you know, a lot of data within it. So for those who listen, we like to say that music is that feeling in that moment, you know, because an experience is really meaningful when you are able to connect with the music that you're listening to. And all those data allow us and help the people to connect with the piece of music that they're listening in that moment. So, and on the other hand, for those who create music, it's really the collaborative effort, you know, the blood, the sweat and tears. You see Frank Ocean desperate in the shower right there. So it's both of the worlds, you know. We're working really for the people who consume music every day, and also for the people who make music every day. And so for this reason, we decided to take on the challenge in trying to enhance our experience around music. And you know, the way people consume music hasn't really changed in a while, and consume/interact with music, because as you may know, this in the 90s we had this big ghetto blaster, and you can, you know, going back and forth tap and play and so on. When the Walkman came around 2000, it was pretty much the same thing. It was just a smaller device, you know. When the iPod came, pretty much the same thing. And then in 2015, or when the 2010 at least, when the main DSPs broke up in the industry, you know, you had the same interface but in a different device, right? So it really didn't change a lot during this time. And when we decided to take on this challenge, we asked ourselves why we're doing it. And we discovered really a lot of motives and a lot of why. And as first part of the process, we really got together in order to try to, try to generate as much as ideas as we can. And, you know, we really like to gather together at the beginning of every project, just to throw in assumptions, just to generate a lot of ideas that then we try to categorize in Figma within our canvas. We did a lot of calls, we talked with experts, we tried to understand better the domain and trying to really box the problem space around the thing, right? So we figure out these main reasons. That's why we want to enhance the music experience for all the people in the world, because we really want to change how millions of people consume music nowadays. And because we care about our community, and because we want to give free access to music knowledge and empower them with an immersive experience, because, you know, basically what we are offering is a living world of knowledge, basically for free for every user in the world, right? So Musixmatch has a community of 50 million people now. 5 of them are active every month on our app. And, you know, it's a pretty bold mission to make everyone happy. Everyone has different needs, different, you know, necessities, and really need to get in the field and to talk with our users in order to understand their needs and their needs, right? So after a little bit of research, obviously I took a shortcut here. I didn't get the chance to show all the research we did, but basically it was a bunch of surveys and a bunch of one-on-one interviews we did with some people from our community. You know, we got to know more about their habits and behaviors and values. So we discovered that they consider the music player an extension of their personality. They're really attached to the way they listen to music. And also we discovered that translation is one of the key unique features they're coming back for, because translations are not really available in other DSPs, because now we are, you know, selling our main core data to all these different DSPs. So we need also to think about how can we stay unique in a sense, you know? Otherwise, people just go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, and listen to the music there. And also, we discovered that the people want to grow and they want to have more power inside the community. They are really committed to this mission of, you know, contributing and try to adding all this data and all this information to the music. So they want to grow, they want to have power inside the community. And also one other fact that we discovered is that, this is a quote from a user we interviewed, is that songs and lyrics become real only when they're shared, right? Because, you know, music is obviously more cool when you're like dancing with your friends or with your partner. It's like another emotion and another type of connection, you know. So, and following these reasons, we, you know, try to design different principles around our experience, and this was like space, community, and personalization. Space, basically, because we wanted the lyrics to live inside the player and inside the canvas pretty much freely. You know, we didn't want to box the lyrics inside a card or inside, you know, a smaller surface. We wanted to have our full canvas, our full display that could, you know, host the lyrics actually. the community, because also inside the player is always good to see the people who have contributed to that particular song, you know, so that we can display them faces in the corner on the top. Then we will see it in the details. But you know, this is like trying to give credit to the community for the work that they have been done into our catalog and inside our app. So it's just you know, a reward for the community, but also a way for the people to see all the people that contributed to the song. And then, of course, personalization, as we said before. The player is an extension of their personality, so the people, they really need to customize their experience within our app. So moving forward, we did a bunch of iteration. Of course, we started on paper, then we, you know, we did a bunch of crazy aids and try to ideate more ideas possible. And then we ended up, you know, trying to have a simple, basic structure of what the player will look like, basically. And as I said, we have, you know, a big space, and the main content is really wide, and this is, you know, the new home of the lyrics. And you can also, you know, pretty much hide also the player controls that you see in the bottom part of the interface by just dragging, you know, a little grabber that you can drag, and you can just hide out those controls. And that particular features allow you to have a full canvas where you can read the lyrics, basically. And we did really a bunch of exploration, right? We tried, you know, different places for different elements. We tried, you know, different aspects inside the typography, how to show also the song structure and other type of information, and so on. We also thought about having just a static read mode, because it's still in the work, because, you know, people sometimes they want to read the lyrics by following their time. They want to, you know, try to focus on a particular line or whatever. So we felt like that this also part could be important in our experience. Then, you know, we keep exploring. We also try to, you know, having those bottom sheet with some blur effect in the background, but we saw obviously that on Android blur is a pain in the ass, so we didn't really follow up with that, and we ended up deciding on a more scalable and more accessible solution. But yeah, this is instead the final form, and this is just, you know, a little prototype we did. Actually, this may be a screencast of the production version, and you can see, you know, the lyrics are time synced, word by word. You can have this bottom sheet that opens up. You can change background. We have animated background made in Lottie. And then you can see that one little particular feature is that we also care a lot about, is that we have those little pills just above the seek bar that you can tap and go straight to your favorite chorus or straight to your favorite part of the song with just one tap, actually. And, you know, this is, you know, it might seem simple seeing from an external point of view, because those are just pills on a seek bar, right? But, you know, this is, we care about this because we think that this is an original idea, because we never saw this on any type of platform or music platform. So this really allows you to navigate the music in a new way, and you know, not just by trying to find the right minute, the right second where people are singing what you're trying to hear, you know. So here you can just go to your favorite part of the song by tapping on those pills, or you can just scroll up the lyrics and tap on the lyrics, and you can, you know, go straight to that point. Of course, we have different type of transition also for lyrics. We have the line by line, which which is the transition when the line that is sung is automatically highlighted, and the word by word one, which is more karaoke style. And we're also working on a letter by letter transition that would be more accurate, even more accurate for karaoke time, right? So on the left side, I didn't open the bottom sheet here, but on the left side we have the icon for the translation. So there you can just tap on the icon, select your language, and you can see all the translation inside the players. And those two avatars in the top corner, that's the community, you know, people that have contributed, and the verified icon obviously is communicating that the content inside the music is verified. And moving forward, this was just another exploration that we did on you know, how to customize the experience a little bit more by playing with backgrounds. And here we actually tried to do some hack, because here we basically collected a lot of GIF that, you know, has this sort of vibe, you know, this GIF that could have, you know, a nice background, a smooth movement, a little subtle movement that could just live fine just below the lyrics. And you know, we tried along our AI team to map the mood of every song and every lyrics in order to match them with the right GIF to show when the song is playing, right? So if you're listening to, you know, Summer Walker, you know, soft R&B and stuff, you can have, you know, a sad, maybe calm type of background. Instead, if you listen to the song that is more an hype song, you can have some stronger background. And this didn't really work in the end, because we really didn't been able to match those kind of data that we were collecting, because the mood that I'm talking about, we were able to collect the mood from our community, right? So the community inside Musixmatch will tell us, okay, this song is making me feel angry, this song is making me feel super happy, and so on. But in the end, we didn't really match those kind of data, but this is, you know, some sort of exploration that we'd like to bring forward. So just to, you know, have you look also to some sort of exploration we did, and they didn't go successfully. And this is just, you know, other exploration we did with static backgrounds, images, artist images. There you have a different type of typography inside the player, and so on. And obviously, you should be able to customize your experience, so you can choose between a bunch of different backgrounds, you can choose your font size, you can choose your translation, your transition, and then you can have just a more common set of controls, you know, the cue, add to favorites, save lyrics offline, and so on. And we also try to improve and create an experience around how people can share the content also on social media from the player, right? So we ended up trying to explore this lyrics card solution that has, you know, a format that could fit the Instagram stories, the Twitter fleets, and whatever, you know, whatever platform hosts stories, really. So you can basically choose your quote from the song, you can choose the typography, the background, and then you can share it on your favorite social media. And this is, you know, the final version available for 50 million users for the whole world, basically. And we also released a companion product for this particular feature on the player, which is our iOS widget that, you know, display a little quote, a little inspirational quote that you can share also. But how is this even possible, right? How, you know, how we treat the content that we receive from the community. And this is really possible because of our community, because the community is, you know, the first step in the creation of the content inside the Musixmatch platform, you know. The community does a lot of work in creating the first content. And Musixmatch is really the people, and we want to give them power and credit and empower them through our community in order to complete all the data that are missing into our catalog and correct the wrong ones, of course. And you know, community has different levels inside Musixmatch because, you know, people has different skills, has different, you know, some people like to transcribe lyrics, some people like to translate them, some people like to sing them, and we have different levels. We have the general contributor, which is, you know, the entry level. As you logged in the app, you are a general contributor. Then you can actually attend the Musixmatch Academy, and you can become a graduate, meaning that you can have more power on the general contributor, of course. And then you can even become a curator, which is, you know, the final step inside our community, and are the people that, you know, we recognize them to have the most important set of skills in order to ensure the quality that we want to reach inside our catalog. And of course, we also have artists within our community, because artists, they really want to take care of their catalog. They don't want their lyrics to be messed up on, you know, on Spotify, on Apple Music, and so on. So some artists, mostly indie artists, of course, because, you know, Beyonce has a manager, of course. Beyonce, you know, she didn't really pick up the Musixmatch app to verify the content. But there's also artists within our community, and, you know, in these last few months, we also worked for this kind of users, right? Because if Musixmatch, the iOS and the Android app are really dedicated to the music passionates, so people who listen to music, we are working on a new product which is called Musixmatch Pro that we have announced back in September, I guess, and we want to launch the private beta next year in January. And this is like a new platform that help artists, and not really just artists, but all the professionals behind music, so songwriters, producers, even labels, publishers, and all the people that make the music, to have just one place where they can distribute their music, where they can distribute their content, meaning their lyrics, their credits, and eventually they can even monetize that, you know. They can have a wallet where they can collect all the royalties they have been getting for every year. And moving on, beside our community, of course, we need to thank our AI team and our AI algorithms that I know it's a buzzword, but those are really working like magic, because, you know, people are really not enough when it comes to create, you know, the perfect content, the perfect lyrics, and we really need the help of technology. So our AI team developed different algorithms that, you know, help us going through repetitive tasks and automate them in order to have different kind of analysis that we can do inside the music and inside the content in the music, you know. We analyze the sentiment, we do entity extraction, meaning that we we highlight different words and different entities inside the song's lyrics in order to, you know, try to do different things with those data. We also can create maybe playlists based on the topics that the song is talking about, and a bunch of different things. And this is a super cool thing, in my opinion, because, you know, this is the way human collaboration intersect with technology, because we really start from the ground up in creating the content with the people from our community in all those different parts of the world, and then the content really goes through a pipeline of quality assurance that makes sure that the content that we are going to deliver to our partner is the most accurate possible, you know. So this is really, really cool, in my opinion. And I'd like to, close this talk by reading this metaphor that, in my opinion, summarizes a little bit what Musixmatch is and what Musixmatch does, basically. But if you imagine the power of millions of people who contribute to Musixmatch every day, And then imagine our studio team, which is our content editors team. We have an internal content editors team, which is composed by 30 people, multi-language. They speak a bunch of different languages, so we can, make sure that every language is really taken care of from people that actually speak that language. Then imagine our studio team and our AI algorithm to verify everything the community does to make them perfect, And what the icon will be, the deepest music experience ever available for everyone in 60 languages. So, thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Paolo.
Thank you.
Some question from the audience. You can ask more on slide.do/st40, or you can also upvote others. Getting back to design, you talked about design principles.
Yeah.
How do you apply those broad principles to day-by-day design work?
Okay, that's an interesting one. I mean, those principles we read are principles that are strictly related to this project, which is space, community, and personalization. But at the beginning of every project, we try to define what type of characteristics the actual interface could have from a UI perspective. So this thing of having this principle help us to have some sort of visual guidelines and visual requirements that we need to stand by in order to have the output that we want to have in the end, of course. But if we talk about generally about design principle, I think that having a UI that is accessible is one of the most important things nowadays. Having an interface that is readable for everyone, and the one thing that we thought also in this specific project is that we try to hide all the unnecessary stuff from the interface, trying to have the most clean and the most polished interface possible, because if we don't have a specific and strong reason for a certain element to be there, we need to question ourselves if we really need that element there. So we try to, to stick to the less is more principle, basically, which is a cliche, but it's always there.
So you also have, like I mentioned, your design guidelines and your styles to follow?
Yeah, of course. As I mentioned, we have a design system which is called Ritmo that we designed in Figma, built in React Native with Storybook. We started working on that part in 2019, and it's a never-ending process. But we're pretty proud of the level we reached these days. But we know we need to, there's a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of room for improvement actually.
How product designers manage the feedback loops between the product team and the design team?
Mm-hmm. Okay, inside Musixmatch we have different kind of processes where designer can actually gather and get feedback from other peers. One of the most important ones right now is the design critique that we have every Wednesday at 11. That is basically an hour and a half that the design team spent with all the larger umbrella, which is the product team, in order to show them all the work in progress that the design team has been done on a specific set of feature or products and so on. And this is an important moment for us as a design team in order to get our unique feedback and unique point of view from different people in different teams. And what we do usually is trying to collect that feedback, interpret that feedback, try to keep working on that, and also have some design review, which is a more intimate moment for the design team, to work specifically on that side of the feedback in order to make everything, more efficient and in order to bring the work forward, basically. Yeah.
How did Musixmatch translation started? Top-down, manually, crawled, integrating different sources, or crowdsourced from the beginning?
Translation, I mean, not completely sure about the answer because translation has been introduced in Musixmatch, I guess, in 2016, if I'm not wrong. But I think that the most part has been crowdsourced from the beginning. And maybe some content have been crawled by some sort of source, but I think that the community did most of the work.
Do you know if your lyrics are open, or is there some DRM in place? For example, some authors do not allow online platforms to share their lyrics. For example, if I could build a service on top of your data, could I do it?
Yeah, we have. I mean, in the past, we had an API that was available for developers in order to, try to do some cool project with lyrics. We are thinking about, dismiss that part because we receive a lot of requests, unfortunately, from indie developers, and we are not really being able to follow up with all those. But, in the past we had a public API, and, we also hired some cool developer actually that, they try different things, try to hack, try to, build small products, small set of features, and then post it on Twitter, and then we notice them, and, yeah.
Cool. Final 2 questions, and then there's way more, so you can ask them at the end of the event. What is the next big thing you're gonna work on to allow people to experience music?
Okay.
If you can tell us, of course.
Okay. I can't tell you too much, but since we are selling, the core data to all these other platforms, we need to, really try to use our player as a playground in order to try different things, to break stuff, and in order, we should not be afraid to try different things on our player. And what's coming next could be into the NFT space. That's what I can say. It's ambitious, it's an industry that just started, or just the hype is strong right now. But we want to use our player as a playground to try to innovate and try to create different things. That's what I can say.
Okay, final question. How does the monetization system work?
Okay.
Partnerships and non-partnerships,
okay.
If you can tell us, of course.
Yeah. I mean, the principal revenue stream are, of course, the B2B side. So all these big deals with all these big companies, they brought us a lot of money in this couple of years, and that's one thing that's one thing why we are growing so much. Also in terms of people inside Musixmatch, we were like 50, 60 last year. We're 100 now. We want to be 150 next year. So we have those big revenue stream, and then we have our premium subscription on the mobile hub that generates 1.5 million a year. And and then we have other different type of smaller revenues. We also manage some publishing and copyright rights for exclusively for Apple. So this, another big contract. But basically, the most part of the revenue comes for all these big companies. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Paolo.
Okay.
Another round of applause. Okay, we are moving to the second part of the night. We are setting up the environment. Give us a few seconds to do so. This talk will be a bit different from the rest of the others. It will be like a very practical talk, I would say. You guys can start moving your desk if you want. Tengo occupati nel frattempo. Yeah, we are setting up the environment. At some point, we will transition smoothly into the after party, after event. We were gonna bring some beers as well. Again, I remind you, please wear your mask, unless when you're sipping. And you can ask all the questions you want to the 2 creators here. You can also try some code on your own to see if it's working or making some loops. Let us give us a few seconds if they're making it. Ok, questo talk tra parentesi sarà in italiano, non so se l'ho specificato all'inizio, penso non sia un problema. C'è qualcuno che non parla italiano qui, al massimo capirete la musica. Voi due ragazzi, RVVV, dopo ci spiegherete anche cosa vuol dire. Penso si possa intuire un attimo dalle magliette. Spazio a voi, vai.
Ciao a tutti, prova, mi sentite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fantastico. Intanto un ringraziamento speciale a Speck&Tech per l'invito, siamo molto felici di essere qua e di condividere un po' in qualche modo una che è una delle nostre passioni, la musica ma anche il codice. Immagino che molti di voi lavorino con il codice, non so quanti di voi magari alziamo la mano, quanti di voi hanno lavorato con la musica o lavorano con la musica o suonano magari qualcuno, sì. No, ma ce ne sono, dai, hai voglia, sì. Anche noi comunque siamo degli sviluppatori, io sono Nicola, Davide alla mia destra e vi dicevo, lavorando con codice quotidianamente, a un certo punto è nata un po' la voglia di sperimentare usando codice, però applicandolo in qualcosa di diverso. E stasera parleremo di questo, parleremo di Livecoding, ma prima una breve introduzione. Francesco prima parlava di RVVV. Noi siamo due dei membri fondatori di questa sorta di collettivo, mi piace chiamarlo, un po' particolare che raccoglie programmatori, designer, grafici, sviluppatori, musicisti. Gli altri due membri del gruppo sono Gib e Daniele. Il gruppo ha cominciato, credo 2 anni fa, 3 anni fa, a suonare un po' in giro e uno dei primi concerti per poi passare nel periodo più difficile a farli online perché non c'era modo di suonare assieme alla gente dal vivo e quindi questo è un episodio super recente. Abbiamo tra l'altro alcuni amici del pubblico che se lo ricorderanno bene, è stato qui al Babarum qui vicino e andando avanti poi il gruppo, da che inizialmente si occupava di fare musica con il codice, ha cominciato a integrare anche altri componenti anche acustiche, quindi il basso elettrico, alcune ibridazioni con strumenti acustici come il pianoforte, e poi c'è sempre una parte che non solo quindi è musicale ma è anche visiva, perché le visual che vengono mostrate sono anch'esse comunque sempre create in tempo reale modificando il codice dal vivo. Perché di fatto live coding è questo, no? Cioè è più che altro una pratica che riguarda l'utilizzo del codice in un contesto di performance. Non si parla solo di musica, ma si potrebbe parlare di qualunque cosa. Musica, visivo, potrebbe anche riguardare videogiochi, interazione, ce ne sono tantissimi tipi di declinazioni. Questo tipo di movimento nasce un po' come una sorta di ribellione a quello che è il modo tradizionale, o quello che è il modo più in uso in realtà di fare musica, cioè utilizzando strumenti che di base sono preconfezionati. Quindi si troverà spesso, leggendo di live coding o andando a vedere quello che è il loro manifesto, una sorta di critica a questa barriera che si crea tra chi scrive software e chi poi lo dovrà utilizzare nella performance, perché di base chi suona poi finisce inevitabilmente per fare musica non tanto, per mettere un po' con le pinze, non tanto come ce l'ha in mente, quanto piuttosto secondo quelli che sono stati i pensieri di coloro che hanno programmato il software e che hanno messo a disposizione determinati strumenti e non magari altri. Quindi se si ha la capacità di magari mettere mano al codice, è anche possibile fare qualche cosa che va un po' oltre questa sorta di limitazione intrinseca dei software proprietari. Infatti il movimento di Livecoding prende le sue radici dal software libero e dall'etica hacker in generale. quindi spazia in questo. E quello che interessa in realtà è più che altro, più che il, come dire, il completo controllo sulle cose, ciò che è interessante è il processo che ti porta da un punto ad un altro. È proprio per questo in cui l'interesse non è tanto sull'avere il controllo delle cose, avere il dominio completo, invece focalizzandosi sul processo, quindi mostrando anche a volte il codice sullo schermo in maniera che tutti possano essere partecipi di questo tipo di azione. Anche l'errore diventa uno degli elementi fondamentali, è completamente contemplato all'interno della performance. Lo dico perché probabilmente io ne farò di errori, quindi li sentirete, non li vedrete solo nel codice, ma li sentirete. Ma è del tutto legittimo. Quando uno scrive codice commette errori quotidianamente. C'era quel meme bello, no, che diceva che per imparare un nuovo linguaggio di programmazione non si fa altro che cambiare qualche cosa e vedere che cosa succede. Non so se l'avete vista, è esattamente la stessa cosa. Ci vedrete farlo anche questa sera. E quindi ci piaceva un po' come idea, e ci piaceva un po' cominciare a fare questo tipo di sperimentazioni, e noi ci siamo trovati e abbiamo cominciato a scrivere qualche linea di codice principalmente su Super Collider, ma in realtà esistono molti strumenti. Vi rimando, magari avrete modo poi di trovarli nelle slide quando le condivideremo in forma di PDF. Ci sono una serie di link che vi abbiamo lasciato, oltre che riferimenti su libri e altri portali. Questo è il sito di riferimento per il movimento del Livecoding, che poi probabilmente è una sua branca laterale un po' più recente, è una declinazione di questi principi che si trova nel movimento dell'Argo Rave, che sono principalmente appunto party dove le persone si trovano per ballare, per stare assieme, ma dove i performer fondamentalmente fanno live coding dal vivo, non soltanto musicale ma anche visivo, come vi dicevo. Come dicevamo, ci sono moltissimi strumenti. Uno dei primi link che abbiamo visto è di fatto la pagina GitHub di Doplab, con una sfilza infinita di strumenti per fare performance con il codice. Noi utilizziamo Super Collider, ma ce ne sono molti altri.
Sì, come ad esempio appunto Tidal Cycle, che semplifica più la parte performativa per passare agli strumenti più grafici, che a loro volta si possono suddividere anche per come vengono visualizzati, come ad esempio questo che è Hydra, dove si vede malapena da questa immagine, ma il codice che genera la parte grafica è mostrato insieme alla parte grafica stessa, che è una delle grandi innovazioni delle estetiche che sono nate un po' da questo movimento. Per poi passare a V4, dove fondamentalmente il linguaggio di programmazione è quello grafico, quindi si hanno dei nodi collegati fra loro che creano e gestiscono un flusso, e poi c'è la parte di render, dove ovviamente io vedo solo la parte grafica. E ovviamente appunto sempre al link nel contenuto nelle slide ci sono moltissimi altri strumenti, la maggior parte dei quali sono stati creati anche come tesi di laurea basandosi su lavori precedenti come Super Collider e simili. Parlando nello specifico esatto di Super Collider, parliamo di un linguaggio text-based che ha tante funzioni, come si può vedere dalla slide, tante funzioni che si connettono all'interfaccia, quindi permettono di creare delle visualizzazioni, anche dei controlli, quindi un sistema che si astrae dal codice, mantenendo sempre il codice a disposizione, ma avendo dei controlli che nella performance possono essere molto utili. All'interno di questo ecosistema è possibile quindi, nel momento in cui si scrive codice, valutarlo in tempo reale e quindi sentire il risultato sonoro di quello che si sta facendo. Per esempio, lo andremo a vedere anche fra poco, quando io voglio per esempio lanciare una cassa, una prima base ritmica, io posso cambiare il codice di quella cassa e sentire il risultato dei miei cambiamenti in tempo reale, senza dover sentire necessariamente uno stop di quel suono per poi riascoltare tutto. Come capita spesso che nel linguaggio di programmazione c'è un'interruzione di questo tempo reale, per cui c'è una fase di compilazione o comunque di valutazione e poi di visione del risultato, di ascolto in questo caso. del risultato. Esatto, e parliamo di uno strumento che è stato creato da James McCartney, stiamo parlando del 1996, 96, esatto, per essere sicuro. E fondamentalmente lo scopo era quello di creare musica attraverso il codice, mischiando due linguaggi. Se non vado errato, stiamo parlando di come linguaggio di programmazione è un mix tra C++ e Smalltalk.
Esatto.
Quindi parliamo sempre di un linguaggio a oggetti, però con dei paradigmi particolari e propri poi di Supercollide. Niente, adesso siamo arrivati ormai a una versione molto più evoluta con tanti livelli di astrazione, tra cui anche la parte poi di programmazione, cioè di livecoding, che è quella più complessa. L'architettura del software si divide fondamentalmente in due pezzi, server e client. Ho un server che è un processo in parallelo e gira in maniera autonoma, mentre ho un client che è anche interprete ed è anche l'ambiente di sviluppo fondamentalmente. Io creo, se per esempio volessi creare un suono, quello che accade è lo definisco scrivendolo, valuto quella riga di codice e quel synth, suono o il codice, il prodotto scritto viene incapsulato e lanciato al server che parallelamente si occupa di ricevere questi messaggi attraverso l'SC Open Sound Control, un protocollo che in parte sostituisce il MIDI a livello di rete e che a sua volta è diventato uno standard e permette appunto a questo processo SC Synth di creare suono, quindi dialoga, crea il suono partendo dalla scheda audio sostanzialmente del vostro PC. E niente, a questo punto arriva diciamo la parte un po' più, come dire, pratica.
Ci piaceva un po' mostrarvi cosa succede. Cercheremo di partire da un foglio bianco e cominciare a scrivere qualche riga, a vedere cosa succede.
andare avanti, nel frattempo vi chiediamo, prendete quelli che avete le sedie rosse, le mettiamo tutte una sopra l'altra se si può, qui in un angolo, quelli che possono piegarle vengono qua e le mettono di fianco alla sala, prendiamo fuori qualche birretta e la serata continua, e potete venire qua e chiedere anche a loro, mascherine su, grazie a tutti.
ricordo, se volete darci una mano potete andare lì al desk in fondo e lasciare una donazione a Speck&Tech, almeno per ripagare la birra. Grazie.
Grazie.